Hey guys, so my name is Sam and I'm your ENTV director, and today I'm going to be talking about how to use the camera equipment. So there's a lot going on in this drawer, so I'm going to be explaining everything. The first drawer is all just lenses. So the top drawer has lenses that are categorized between portraits and stuff, so it's easy for you guys to pick out. And then on the right side you have your camera bodies with a T6 and a T3i. On the second drawer, we have all of our need to charge batteries and all the batteries that are charged already, so it's easy to distinguish. And then at the bottom of my drawer, I have all of the SD cards that are wiped and any that you need to use and any adapters that you guys might need to use too. So make sure you guys sign out on the sign out sheet. So in this first segment, I'm going to be talking about how to put together all of your camera equipment. To start off, this is how you take off your lens caps from your body and how to take off your lens cap from your lens. You screw it off, make sure that you match up the white square and the square on the camera body. You match them up and then you move to the right and then it should snap. That's how you put on your batteries if you don't have a battery grip. If there is a battery grip on your camera, just make sure you slide it off of the camera and then you get to add your batteries on it, which is good because you can add more than one battery so it extends your battery life. And then just slide it back in and then snap and close. This is how you put in your SD. Just make sure that it's facing you, snap it in, and then close it. And you should be good. This next segment, I'm going to be talking about how to put together your entire kit. So, to start off, you have your tripod. That's me saying hi. So make sure you snap off the sides and extend the legs of the tripod. To snap off your base plate, just snap off the clip and take your base plate off. I'm going to do it again in slow motion. Just move it to the left and it should come right off. So it should be really easy. And then just put it at the bottom of your camera and twist to the right, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. And just like you took it off, you can put it back in. Just slide out and put it in and you should be good to go. So you can use your camera now on a tripod. Now when you want to add your microphones, there's a lot of ways that you can go about it. You can put it on top of your camera or you can add an extension cord like this right now. You put it on, make sure you turn on the actual microphone. If you want to use a boom pole, you could scroll the boom pole at the bottom of the microphone because there's a little screw right there. And you can use your boom pole. There is also batteries on there. So make sure that you connect your extension to the camera and you're good to go to use your microphone. In this next segment, I'm going to be talking about how to use the actual camera and its functionality. So some lenses have zooms, so you can zoom right or left. Other lenses you can't zoom in. Usually in these types of cameras, we get to just use manual and movie mode. So I'm going to be showing you how to use manual mode. There's three main things here. So on the left side, we're going to be talking about shutter speed. It's basically how fast your shutter moves in your camera, and it impacts light. So let's say that you move your shutter really slowly. Your shutter is going to open and it's going to close really slowly. And that impacts light because then your camera is absorbing 1.6 seconds worth of light into your sensor. If your shutter speed's very fast, so 1/4000th of a second, your shutter speed is going to move really quickly, like that, and it's only going to grab a little bit of light, and that impacts light because there's less light coming into the camera. So if you move it to the left, it's a slower shutter speed. So it's lighter, and if you move it to the right, it's a faster shutter speed. So it's going to be darker. Now we're going to talk about your f-stop. So your f-stop is how much light is going to be allowed inside of your lens. So it's going to be more open or more closed. So if you have a smaller f-stop, so for example 3.5, your lens is going to be more open and it's going to allow more light to come in. And if your f-stop is a lot bigger, like f-stop 22, your lens is going to be very closed, so there's going to be less light coming in. So that impacts how blurry your picture is going to be. So if your f-stop is 1.4, it's going to be one thing in focus. If it's f16, 16 things are going to be in focus, so it's more focused. So you just press the AV button and scroll to the right or scroll to the left to change your f-stop. I always recommend to keep your f-stop as low as possible because then that means that there are less things in focus. so there's more blurriness in the background of your picture. Now we're going to talk about ISO. So ISO is really easy. It's basically the amount of artificial light. So the higher the artificial light, the more light there is. The lower the artificial light, the less light there is. There are also ND filters in the room, so you can screw on your filter so it changes the amount of light that's being allowed inside of the actual lens, which is necessary sometimes if there's a lot of exposure. Make sure that you pack up all of your stuff, put in your batteries, and make sure you charge them, start uploading your footage, and you're good to go.